Hi people. I was rolling through the free and very cheap sections of Amazon's Kindle for Amityville ebooks. Found some trash XXX titles and crappily written by some 60-year-old. There were a bunch of cheap pop whatevers. But what really got my attention was the Making of Amityville Theater, an indie film love story. It was written by the director of that film, and after a brief looking in, Amazon provides sample pages, I decided to pay the very low price to support a dreamer. It literally cost me nothing actually, paying from Kindle points. I probably never figure out the system fully, but sometimes I collect enough points for a $5 impulse buy, you know. For the opening, he tells us he always liked the Amityville films, but when he truly started to love these, were with the low budget, who knows what's even canon era, pretty much after first three movies actually, but canonity being always questionable, and someone made an Amityville movie in Britain, where he resides, he got struck by the realization he can do that too. So took his 30k pounds, rented all the movies from the local video store, and made notes, which are the next section of the book. His notes are well organized and easy to digest, actually fun for someone like me who watches these horrible little movies. Actually, the Amityville wiki is supposed to have similar notes, but the guy who started the project never really got around that, and I was too busy just finding the flicks, so if you have the energy, even just for some of the titles, please do so. Anyway, the next portion is his original raw draft. It's not even a script, just brief description of what is supposed to happen in a scene, sometimes brief notes on which location should be used, character motivations and such. If you are interested in filmmaking, this is gold. The story in this version is Mom and Dad did annual sacrifice in the movie theater, but without those sacrifices the demon can come out on itself from hell or whatever it comes from. And there were six random person from the city and goes back where he was. The synopsis, as he calls it, goes through like half of the films, and yes, it's kind of repetitive if you've seen the movie, but that's what it's supposed to be. Alright? Now the thing is, the dude knew he can't form the thing into a script, so send the whole thing with constant updates and ideas to a scriptwriter. Good decision? Less director-writer should be in the business. The next part, so to say chapter, is about the casting process and location finding, because one of the locations turned out to be a health hazard and the B plan got burned down. That's some story. Then an opportunity came, so instead of shooting in Great Britain and doing a quick trip to the USA for some exterior B footage, like finding the original Amityville house and all that, the production was replaced and recast in Canada. Entering the country got its own story, with a grumpy officer who then, seeing they were so well prepared, finally changed his heart and let them in. That's about the famous Canadian hospitality. Anyway, once they were in, at least they had no problem with the Canadian hospitality. The citizens were all surprisingly cooperative even. The author doesn't even try to hide the issues of money and time restrictions. Shooting a movie is not just expensive but problematic, and you have to keep your cool and adapt as much as possible. And when everything brews into a perfect storm, still keep your cool. Good lesson for wannabe filmmakers. Now it's a bit painful to say, but most of the book's content is the actual script. Well, what did I expect? Actually, if you want to make a film, This structure and materials are invaluable. Seriously, this is the work process of making a movie from idea to production. As for an Amityville fan, the actual diary of the shooting is the real meat here. Not the script version which takes from page 44 to 126. Where was I? Oh yes, page 37. Seems like the book is restarting or someone copy and pasted the first chapter here. Or maybe that was an extract and now it's the full thing. But there are differences and it actually flows into another topic. How our director tried to use existing elements. I mean reference to the existing other Amityville movies. It's kind of dry, but you at least see this is a real friend writing making this movie, and it is like reading the trivia page on IMDb. So yeah, as an Amityville fan, for me, this is material I want to get in a book like this. I give it 4 out of 5, 5 out of 5 for this book. I I love it. I got what I paid for, but was not much. He seems to be a good and genuine guy. This is why I love the Amityville community. Not the exploitation, Sean C. Phillips and his cohorts, but the genuine people who want to make a quick buck for making some entertainment.